Okay, here we go. This is my first video in so long. You can be a good girl. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. If this happens to be your first time popping by, you probably have noticed that this video is like 4 months since my last video. Let's see, I think it was like September, October, November, December. So yeah, like 3-4 months since I've last uploaded a video. So this video is just gonna be a life update, what's been going on, what's going to be going on with my channel and things like that. So I'm really excited to be back. I feel like feels like I'm filming my first video. It's been so long. And I filmed in this space before, but this might be my new setup. I'm trying to figure it out because if you follow me on Instagram, then you've seen that I have to go into the office moving forward because she just wants to start playing all the time. I am moving out of my office. I've moved a majority of my stuff into my apartment. Again, I still have some stuff left over there, pallet stuff, larger stuff. I wasn't really sure how much would fit here, so I moved the big stuff and then kind of slowly moving things back little by little. My lease isn't end yet. I just reached out to my realtor today to see really what the terms are in terms of breaking that lease. And from there, then I can see how much time I have, how quickly I have to move the rest of the stuff. I might have my dad come down, he has a truck, and just move some of the other stuff, because otherwise I'm just like wheeling out a couple of bins every now and then to my car and just like slowly moving stuff over. And I definitely don't have a ton of space here, but I have not really planned out this video. So the best way for me to talk about life update, what's been going on, what things are gonna be moving forward, and just how I'm changing my business is by going in chronological order, starting from my last video, what happened then, and then moving forward to now. So let's go back to September, October. I was just really busy at that time. Live sales were definitely taking a heightened form, and I had put a lot of time into those live sales because I was making a lot of really good money from them. And so I needed to take something off my plate. And so YouTube just happened to be one of those things that I just could not find too much time for. It was really stressing me out, trying to put out videos every single week. I'm the kind of person where if I say I'm gonna do it, then I feel like I have to do it. And it was just stressing me out a ton. And so that's why I decided to take a step back. I've been putting a big priority on just my mental health and the lifestyle I want to live, which is a lot less workaholic vibes and more low-key chill vibes. Sounds so cheesy, but meaning of life, just enjoying life as it comes versus working all the time. So I decided just to stop making videos, also because I was traveling a ton, so I didn't really have time to make videos. That was at the time that Posh Fest had happened, and I was planning to make a Posh Fest vlog, but I didn't even have time with that because it was Posh Fest, and I came back, and then I ended up going to Nashville, and then that was October. Yeah, we're getting into October, end of September, October, and then it was Christmas, and then traveling for Thanksgiving. So there was a ton of travel going on at those times. So I really just did not have any time to make videos. That's why I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take a break from them because I've been traveling so much, I do not have time to put them in. And the times I was back, I was either just trying to work on my business or trying to fit in a live sale or something like that. So I just decided I will put a video together once I want to get back into things. So that's October time. And also during that time, me and my boyfriend split up. And so I was just going through a lot of different things. And with that break, I also decided to finally take the initiative to move back into my apartment space for my business. I was planning to move things back into my apartment. That was not the only reason why I moved things back, but definitely pushed it forward to move things back just so that I don't have to pay for double the rent, since I had to take on the additional half of my apartment rent. It was something I was able to do. I could pay for both, but it was just not worth it, especially since I was already planning to move back in. And so it just really helps me save money, and it helps me accomplish those goals I have with my business moving forward, which I'll talk about a little bit more once I talk about my business and how I see it moving forward. So that's October to now. Been moving my stuff in. That's been taking up a large priority of stuff because I was slowly moving stuff over, and then I just had the movers come last weekend. So I've officially had my space with the office in the second bedroom for like 5 days now, and it's already been so great. So I guess I'll back up into the reasons why now that I decided to move my stuff into the office space other than just monetary reasons. So I guess the second big reason too is because now that I'm living alone and I still am keeping Stella, we've decided that I just hate being away from her for so long. She's definitely a very needy dog in a way that she has separation anxiety, and she's just gone a majority of her life with having someone home. So I just had like internal mom guilt from leaving for so long just to like go to the office and get stuff done, when I knew that I could just have the office here, and even just being the second bedroom, that I would feel comfort that she would sense my presence and things like that. So that was a huge reason too, so that I could put more attention to her and be a better dog mom, because she's a big part of my life and she brings me a lot of joy. And when looking at the things I want to spend more time with in my life and the things that bring me joy, it's her. So being here helps me achieve that. And another big thing is I've learned in terms of having my office that I'm not the kind of person that's more productive when I'm away from home. I actually do work really well at home. I know that's not the case for everyone. I know some people really just need to get out. They like having that space. But for me to go and do work somewhere else, I just found that if it didn't seem like big enough, then I really didn't want to go to my office. I wasn't more productive from being there. I found that when I was there, I would start doing things I didn't necessarily need to do sometimes. And I really just like being able to wake up, do a few things if I need to. Let's say I wake up, I'm waiting for my pre-workout to like hit in the morning. I can always just go into the office, pack up a few sales that I have. It takes me 10-15 minutes, and then I have that done for the day, versus waiting until afterward, finding the time to go to my office, and then also trying to figure out other things to do with the office, because I didn't want to just go to my office for packing like 3 things. So that was a huge part of it. I have always been really into reselling because I like the life integration with it, in terms of being able to fit in the different tasks throughout my day and just merging that together. I'm still putting more stricter boundaries on it, having more of a routine so that I don't go over, but in terms of weaving it into my day, especially with my job and such, it's so much easier for it to be in my office here, and then be able to do those little things here and there when I need to. So I've already been able to do that. Like this morning, I packaged up a couple whatnot sales, and it just felt so good to just get those little things out of the way, especially with it being more of a quality versus quantity base, except for like the live sales. There's not that much processing that needs to be done with my business. I'm trying to hone back even on processing and really focus, be more selective on items so it can be even more even have less items to process. So I really don't need to have this huge warehouse. When I moved into the warehouse, my goals were to just grow the business to this insane operation, have a lot of different employees, have a space that can hold a ton of different inventory, and have this like crazy reselling machine business in there where I could just be like pumping out stuff, not need to be there, and you get the point. And I've moved away from that sense, being the office, and that is another huge reason why I decided to move back here, is because I wasn't really wanting to like hire a bunch of different employees, I realized. And so without that, I really wasn't able to spend that much more time on my business. So my business had made more money being in the office, but I realized I could make that same money from being here. It wasn't the office that was allowing that growth to happen. And you definitely don't need to have an office space to be producing more money. And so that is something, a huge part and like takeaway of me being back here, is that my goals aren't to like slim down my business. I'm still trying to make more money and grow the monetary value of my business and different, income streams of it. However, I'm just trying to pare down the inventory I have and work with that, because another thing is having that space and having so much inventory, it honestly just overwhelmed me so much. I felt like there were so many times that I would lose an item or didn't know where it was at, and I was like, oh my god, I have to look through all these bins, like I have no idea where it's gonna be. And I wasn't even like able to do an inventory audit because there's just so many items and I never really had time to go over there and do it. And so I have about a little over 1,000 items now, at least in my Poshmark closet. My goal is actually to get that down to like probably 700 items. I'm listing 5 items a day right now, so I probably won't get there for a while. I'm not trying to like sell a ton of inventory and lose money to get there. I thought that was what I was gonna try to do, especially because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to fit everything here. But luckily, I'll show you kind of my space at the end of this video. But I have 3 large IKEA bins and a bunch of those sweater shelves I had before. You can go back, I'll pin like my old like office tour so you can see like all the stuff I had. So you'll see here, but I have 2 of the IKEA storages and the office room, and then I put 1 into my bedroom, and everything fits fine. The only thing I'm like, oh, I don't know how much room I have to fit is my shoes. I have way too many shoes, and I have more sweaters and coats, like those large 67, 64 quart size bins at my office still that I have room for like 1 more bin, but I need to sell more stuff and maneuver things and try to get that all to fit here. But at this point, especially if I have to move out of the office really soon, I'm just gonna stuff everything wherever I can stuff it, like my bathroom, the second bathroom that I have, which already is just kind of my shove inventory in there and just my own personal thrift shop until I want to process things. So I'll make it work. But I definitely want to cut back on my inventory, do inventory audits every quarter so I can keep up with things, because I know I have things in there that I have items in my sheets that sold that I don't have in inventory. I know I have items that I somehow don't have listed that are in the sheets. I know I have items that are in the wrong place, and I just want to have that all clean. I've never done a full inventory audit because I've always just had way too much stuff. So that is something I want to be able to do in the future. And yeah, and I think I just talked about everything in terms of where I see myself going. I guess with lives, that's a good thing to talk about, lives. I want to be better and keep up with live selling. I was doing a ton again in September. I think I stopped after Posh Fest. I maybe did 1 or probably did like 4 a month, 5 a month. I don't even know. I was just traveling so much. I didn't even have time for lives, and I wasn't really good at having a good process for it. And so because I was so inconsistent, I just kind of dropped off. A lot had changed with lives as well, which was super demotivating. So I really wasn't doing a ton of lives, and I've just started now to want to get back into them. And I won't lie, like it's not rough, but it's just not what I guess that's a bad word. All I can say is it's not what it used to be comparatively. And I've understood that, I've come to terms with that, and I'm okay with that. And I've learned, or I guess realized, I haven't learned it because I haven't done it yet, is that I just need to be consistent with it, get back into it. I want to do like 2 shows a week on Whatnot, maybe 1 on Poshmark, and really just making sure I'm putting my face out there. I think the best way to grow on those, because what I've seen with other people is just the more shows they have, the more consistent they are, the more they're better able to build an audience. So that is my plan there. And so in order for me to be able to accomplish that many shows, in order to be more relevant on there, is I'm planning on having smaller shows, like 20 to 30 items, something manageable, something that I can prep for in one day on a Sunday, Monday, and then have those shows throughout the week and not have to do anything other than ship the items and obviously have the shows once that comes. So that is my plan. I'm trying to be a lot better, even in addition to the live shows, prepping in one day and prepping my items in one day. So measuring and photographing them in one day, and then just shipping them throughout the week and having my assistant store them away and do some measuring sometimes, and sometimes taking things to the post office for me. So that's kind of how I want to do it, so that the rest of the weeks I can do more sourcing, which brings me joy, and work on more content like these videos, and be able to have the time for that, because I really didn't really have the time for that at all. So that's with live shows, and I would love to be able to make like $4,000 a month profit from those live shows. Like that would be my goal, and keep up with my goal and try to make like 10,000 from like the platforms, so that I can make like 14 together, and then I have like, you know, the different revenue streams. And that definitely is a lot, but again, oops, I'm not used to this. You know, there's always taxes, like 30% taxes I always have to account for when it comes to the yearly tax rate and such. And then I always like to save a big part to go into my savings, and then I'll always have expenses. Like my business will probably pay about like $1,000 to $1,200 for my rent each month. So, and that's less than it'll be like $500 less than what I was paying before in terms of all the expenses from over there. So that will still help me save money, which will be really great. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. I'm really trying to enjoy my life, and everything that I've been doing so far has been allowing me to do so. It feels so much better. In terms of the 2023 year, I plan to do a lot more travel. So having these processes in place, trying to make sure I can get everything processed in a day and then just be able to list throughout the week will really allow me to do that. I really want to focus on spending time with like friends and families and calling people. I've usually not been good about that in the past. In the past, I was working so much. I never reached out to my friends and family. I just like immerse myself in work, and you might feel like you've seen that too, just from like page and work ethic and stuff, but it definitely has its downfalls, and I'm trying to put more effort into the more meaningful things in life. So that is my goal for the year. And I talked about like the monetary goals, and that's my plan. So I guess talking about YouTube now, I don't plan to have, or I guess I'm saying don't plan, is I don't really have a plan for YouTube. I will say is I'm not gonna have like weekly videos. They may be, but I'm not going to like promise like every week a video. It'll kind of just be like, if I have the time, I'll do my best to like prepare videos in the beginning of the month, so I have them out, like at least have a video once a month for sure. My goal would be at least 2, and everything extra is like a bonus. So make sure you're subscribed, because I'm not exactly sure when they'll be posted. I'll try to keep on like a Wednesday schedule though, in case if I do want to post, it'll probably be on a Wednesday. Like this, I'm filming the day before Tuesday, and I'll try to have it out for tomorrow. So we'll see before Christmas, but I am traveling, so the next video probably won't be until mid-January, since I don't come back until close to New Year's and stuff, and I'll be busy with that. So yeah, in terms of the type of videos, I'm not even really sure too. Some videos take a lot of time, which I don't know if I'll have time to do what sold videos anymore, and they just take a ton of time that I just don't really have the time for. But I'll try to do like Poshmark tip videos, thoughts on like live sales, how that's going, just business updates, things like that. If I am traveling, any like travel vlogs and sourcing in other places, I'll try to do more like thrift with me's and stuff like that if I can get out more. I'm very bad about staying on top of those when I'm out and about though. Usually when I go, I'm so like just go, like get things, and I don't really take any footage. So we'll see about that. Again, I'm kind of just doing what works for me, and hopefully things that you like and work for you too. But I don't want to like stress myself out anymore over it. So that's my plan for my page, and I will go ahead and show you my office space now, my new office space. And I have most things over, so maybe later I'll do like an official office tour, but this can be like the unofficial, official new office tour. So let's go ahead and get going on that. I will take you, I'm always so used to like the Instagram. Wow, I sounded old when I said that, the Instagram. So this is my second bedroom here. I'll go ahead and flip the camera. So this is my new office space in my second bedroom. These are just some boxes I have to put away. But here is where I will have all the items that I will be processing. My goal is to only put up items on here that are going to be processed immediately. Everything's going to happen all together. These I still have to photograph because I wasn't able to hang them up. I have to model some of those. And these I prepared for next week to put up to get some space out of my bathroom. And also because I'm going to be gone next week, I decided just to go ahead and get that up. And then this table, which I love, I'll put like an Amazon link down in the description with some of my stuff. I have like a store with some of my favorites. I love that because it allows me to do work while I process stuff, which you've seen in my other videos. This is stuff I'm just selling in live sales, so I keep that here because I have a show tomorrow, but otherwise I'll like put it in there, which I'll show you afterward. I have my board for photographing, but I actually just keep that to store, and I'll pick it up and drag it over here when I photograph because the lighting is a lot better there. So I have storage bin 1. This is the 5x5, and then this is the 4x4 one. So I brought over my Husky table, which fits thankfully, and then I have some shoes up there. So here allows me to store things away, so that fits under there. And then I have my shipping station and shipping supplies up there, so I can just go ahead and package stuff. I'm putting some stuff away now. And then over here is where I have the rest of my storage stuff. So this fits everything. I have shoes, most of my shoes along, oh so sorry. I have shoes along this way. And then this is where I have all my like jackets and coats all right here. I'm planning to fit one more right there, but that's just placed there. And then I'll keep all my boxes up there. And then I have just shoes, which actually fit really good, and some boxes of purses. And then I keep my little hangers right there. So this is the main room. And then Stella will take us over to the bathroom here, which is where I store my just random inventory. So this is stuff that I've sourced. I have not done anything with shoes in a very long time. And then I have some consignment stuff that I'll put like online orders there. And then I have some more boxes of stuff that I will have in like shows and that stuff for my sister. So I just throw stuff in there. And then lastly, I'll go over to my bedroom, and this is where I store my other one, that 5x5, because it doesn't fit anywhere else. So that is everything for right now. So that is my new office / home. Makes it so easy to get stuff done. I'm really excited to continue my growth here. And I guess the biggest takeaway, and I've said this for the longest time, is that having an office, it does not mean anything about having successful business, and you don't need to have an office space to have a successful business. I moved into an office because I had no room anymore for my stuff, and I was at a growing rate. However, now, especially now that I have more space, I can fit back here, and because I'm trying to descale, I can fit into this current space. So just having a space just means somebody has a lot of stuff. Doesn't mean that they necessarily have a crazy business or anything, or it just means that they're having more operations and employees and stuff like that. But it really doesn't mean anything, and it doesn't mean that you need to have a goal of having an office space to have a successful business. I'm still planning to make the same kind of profit. I want to grow my profits in here, and definitely I encourage you, definitely stay in a space that you have as long as you have, and as long as you can, I mean. Rent is very expensive. It adds a very expensive cost. I mean, it always depends on where you live, but it's very, very big, especially for me being downtown Dallas. And even when I was looking in the suburbs, a lot of places are very expensive. And even if you are to drive there, the cost of gas and stuff to get there. So if you have a space in your home, I encourage you to stay there as long as possible and just enjoy the freedom that you have to work on things when you can, because when you go into office space, or if you ever do, it just really changes up your schedule. So thank you guys so much for staying tuned this whole time. I'm so sorry for being gone for so long. I'm really excited to get started. I will probably start brainstorming videos I want to do over when I'm on the plane ride to Charleston. We're going to visit my sister and her husband in Charleston because they live there now. She's pregnant, so she can't fly. So we'll be going there for Christmas, and then Hilton Head, and then I'll be back and start working on more videos. So if you have any more suggestions, let me know. I guess I'm always open. I feel like I used to have a whole list, and now I just feel like I'm totally back to square one. So we'll see. I'll probably definitely do haul videos since I have that space, and we'll have it. It won't even be a haul, just be things I'm listing and processing for the week, just so you can see. I feel like those are usually pretty easy to do too. But yes, I really do appreciate for you guys for still being here, and I can't wait to talk again. Okay, bye.